Yo, 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 good people. Welcome to the HERBMAN Show. Yo, 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 good people. It's your homie HERBMAN. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger boogie. Look, this is your first time tuning into the HERBMAN Show. Please go ahead and hit that logo right at the bottom of your screen right there. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you guys never miss what HERBMAN is bringing to the world, all right? So today, you guys, is a very good day, man. We have a very special guest in the building, Dr. Matthews.
Hello.
She is a part of the HERBMAN Inc. team. We have partnered together to really try to bring the community some very good health options and health advice, and just really try to heighten our education on alternative methods as far as our health is concerned. And so I want to introduce her to my people and everybody following her, man. We know we love you guys and we appreciate it. And I also want to talk to her about some of her products, about how herbal therapies and the efficacy of herbal therapies and how it is beneficial to us as far as treatments are concerned. Because a lot of us tend to wait to the last minute to really use herbs as a viable option. And for the most part, when you do that, you really don't give herbs the time allotted to really change your situation. So instead of using herbs as that last option, we really are trying to encourage the people in the community to start visualizing herbs as the first option, the first aid to some of our acute and chronic situations that we have going on. So, Dr. Matthews, please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do as far as doctor of naturopathy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Althesia Matthews. Such as HERBMAN said, I'm a doctor in naturopathy and I have my PsyD as well in transpersonal counseling. We're here today to talk to you about pain and the different types of pain, from chronic to bone pain, your acute pain, your nerve pain, right? So we're also going to showcase and tell you about different herbs that will help with different types of pain and ailments, as well as products that we have.
Mm-hmm. Now, as far as treatments are concerned, doctor, in your opinion, how effective are the herbs when it comes to just some of our day-to-day things that we have going on, whether it be cold and flu, whether it be back pains, inflammation, irritable bowel syndrome, whether it be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. What is your opinion about how herbs can help us with these types of symptoms?
Well, there's so many herbs, HERBMAN, as I'm sure your audience has already been well informed on, that helps with day-to-day ailments such as a headache. You have your white willow, right, which is actually the base of aspirin. You have your ashwagandha, which is a cortisol regulator. You have different ailments for your high blood pressure, your diabetes, and most of these issues or ailments or discomforts and disease can actually be corrected with herbal care within 30 days. And I've seen much less, but we quote typically about 30 days.
Wow.
And a lot of people are unaware of that. They think that it takes herbs a long time, so the patience runs thin. And it's just really a huge misinformed community on what herbs can really do for our overall ultimate well-being.
So you're saying basically to my audience, and I want to make sure we're clear on this, you're saying that if I have high blood pressure, that I can take herbs to handle the symptoms that are adjudicated to having the high blood pressure.
Oh, absolutely. I can name a couple of them if you like.
Okay. I mean, that's on you, but I just wanted to make sure, because I want the people to understand that we don't have to wait so long, that we can actually start picking these herbs up as soon as the doctor says you diagnosed with this.
Absolutely.
You can start going to your herbalist and get the things that you need instead of prescription drugs. Now, there's some stuff you may have to take for certain situations that come from the allopathic community, but for the most part, for most conditions, you're telling me that there's an herb out there that I can take to treat the situation?
Yeah, that's actually my go-to hashtag. There's an herb for that, right?
Ah,
Any
gotcha.
type of ailment you can think of, or discomfort or disease, there is actually an herb for that.
Wow, wow.
Absolutely.
So if I'm taking metformin and
Oh,
all this
yeah.
type of stuff, you're telling me that I have a herbal alternative that I could utilize that will still help the pancreas or help my blood sugars lower, all of that type
Yes,
of stuff.
absolutely. That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Wow,
And also
wow.
think of it this way as well. The sweet spot of herbs is there's no side effects, no additives, no addictions, no withdrawals as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, I just made a video yesterday talking about those very things of
Okay.
how herbs are more convenient, they're
Oh,
more
yeah.
affordable,
Yes.
they're cost effective, they're very effective when it comes to handling our issues, and they do it with little to no side effects. I mean, if anybody was to come to you with that type of pitch about a product, you would want it, right?
Right.
And so that's why, to me, it is very important that not only do we heighten the education about these herbal medicines in our community, but also start to make sure we have a lane open in the industry that we can start having more herb shops,
Yes.
right, in our communities that can give us this education right alongside giving us the alternative herbs that we need.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now I know that your stuff is about pain, right?
Yes.
So tell us about some of your products and tell us about what are some of the inflammations that it take care of.
Okay, so when you're dealing with pain, I'm glad you said that word, inflammation, because there's a lot of pain. If you get to the root of it, it's really just inflammation, really. So anti-inflammatories are very important when you're looking to purchase a product for pain. And when I'm speaking of pain in reference to chronic pain and maybe even your acute pain. And I do have a product for that, and it's called the Chronic Tonic. And this product is safe and friendly for the entire family. It actually has an olive and a grapeseed oil base, but it works on contact. So for your bug and bee stings, for your even tension headaches, for your children's boo-boos, it's a family favorite of mine at home. This is actually what you would go to.
So the chronic tonic. So you named it chronic tonic. Is that because of chronic inflammation or because it actually has some chronic in it?
No, this
Okay.
is named, thank you for that. This is actually named Chronic Tonic because it's
Gotcha.
really, really good for chronic pain.
Oh wow, wow,
And it's
great,
catchy.
great. Yeah, yeah, definitely. So, so you said that handles most of the around the house boo boos.
Yes.
Is that just tailor made for children? Tailor made for just stuff that you know run into in the home, or can you travel with it? Can you use it for anything? I mean,
Oh, you can use it for pretty much any of your acute or your chronic pain. So if you get a tattoo, Chronic Tonic. If your kid scrapes their knee, Chronic Tonic. It's very good for the skin. It will help heal the skin as well. So it doesn't just relieve pain. It has many healing mechanisms in it as well. If you have a tension headache, my son plays video games and he gets a headache, Chronic Tonic on the temple, massage your Chronic Tonic. Even if you have cycle cramps, you can actually use Chronic Tonic for your cycle cramps as well.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. So I know that's definitely a big one. Now, so I know you have another product that's dealing with pain as well.
Yes.
I definitely want you to tell us a little bit about this product and also some of the differences between this particular pain reliever versus the chronic tonic.
Okay, so Chronic Tonic has a bigger brother, and he's called Kratom Chronic. And kratom, as implied by the name, does contain essence of the kratom plant. And for those who are not familiar with kratom, kratom is actually the cousin plant of the marijuana.
Okay.
Right? It's currently now legal in the United States, and it is most effective for pain and also combating opioid addiction.
Wow. So
Oh yeah,
who would have known that kratom would be such a viable plant to
right,
utilize for pain? And
absolutely.
so you guys, this is what I'm talking. Just excuse me for a minute while I
Sure.
get on my soapbox. But this is why it is very important to come together when we're dealing with these health issues. When I'm talking about come together, I mean from a doctor standpoint and from the herbalist standpoint. This is why it's so important because there are so many herbs out here, you guys,
Yeah.
that have so many usages that we just have not took the time or the research to come across to really understand how they're able to help us in our day-to-day life.
Oh
And
yeah.
here it is now, we're looking at a plant, kratom, when it was talked about so bad back in the day, and now we're actually getting the medicinal
Oh yeah.
side of it out, and we're starting to make product from it that actually is what you say. Not only is it potent, but
Right.
now you're saying that it is on contact.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow, so you can't beat that.
Absolutely. So
You can't beat.
this is a direct contact. So a lot of my patients who suffer from fibromyalgia and neuropathy, which has been classified as nerve pain, they are huge fans of the kratom as it works instantly on contact. So fibromyalgia, neuropathy, rheumatoid arthritis, things of that nature, this is when you would use the kratom.
Mm. So fibromyalgia, some of your really, really hard to get rid of inflammation that's kind of been going on for a minute. A lot of the arthritic pains, you're
Yes,
saying that
absolutely.
and so it's called kratom chronic.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
So if you've been in a vehicular accident and you have more than just your muscle spasm, right? And where they normally traditionally would prescribe you Flexeril, you actually have chronic kratom for that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it
Wow.
works better than Flexeril. It's once again non-addictive, so there's no habit forming, and it's safe use
Wow.
and good
See,
for your skin.
this is very innovative, you guys, because most of us run away from the painkillers because of how addictive they can be. And a lot of us will just sit there in pain because we don't want to take certain pain relievers, right?
Right.
So now we've come up with these alternatives that you don't have to worry about all that side effects and all the toxicity, but you still can get something fast acting. This is the new movement in the herbs, right? To where we're able to start to create these chemistries with these herbs now that we're starting to get into mainstream with conventional, fast acting particular products.
Right.
And we can do this with herbs as well.
Right.
And it's all about, coming together, putting your brain together, going outside of the norm, getting herbs that maybe not necessarily are all too well known,
Right.
and start to do the research, start to do the clinical trials, and really start to get this information out that these things can be just as effective and just as fast acting as your prescription drugs. Okay, so that is a big thing that we're talking about here because there are so many people out there dealing with pain. Okay,
Yeah.
all the way from headaches every day to back pain to knee pain to systematic inflammation, and they're having to take tons and tons of painkillers throughout the day, Tylenol, aspirin, all of these things that are going to have some side effect, if not immediately over the tenure of you taking these particular pills, you will have what they call bioaccumulation, and normally that's going to degrade the kidney. So when you're able to concoct these particular type of herbal medicines and use them without all of that stuff going on, man, you can't beat that. I just think that it's so important for us to really start to look at herbs as first aid. And I'm glad that you were able to really show us about some of your product. Now, how can the people get their hands on some of this product?
Well, you can check us out at www.squarerootbotanicals.com.
Okay, say that one more time for me.
www.squarerootbotanicals.com.
Okay.
And if you're looking for 10% off, I love a deal. I'm sure you do too. Use the promo code LOVEHERBMAN for 10% off.
All right. So you guys heard that. We'll leave all of the information down in the description below. But you can use Love HERBMAN. You get your 10% off. All right. Again, these are very potent products here. So please have what you're supposed to have in order to use them, because they're very fast acting. They're very good. We are one of the only locations right now to hold the product, right? So you can only find it at HERBMAN.
Right, the only.
All right, so that's what we're talking about, right? And so we're going to continue to roll out more videos with more product rollouts. We're going to continue to talk to you guys about what me and the doctor have going on as far as what we're doing in the community. Hopefully we can travel to a community near you to talk to you, your people, your church, about what we got going on, about the efficacy of herbal medicine. You guys can email us at herbman@loveherbman.com if you want to book us, if you want us to come speak to you, your family, or anybody in your community. We're here for you guys. All right. So we're just not trying to make this movement in this one place. We're literally trying to take this message across the world, actually. And just to reiterate that we started in this industry, and the most important thing to this existence is your health, you guys.
Absolutely.
And so we just definitely need to guard this industry. We need to make sure that it stays pure as possible, because we don't want anybody taking the herbicides and pesticides while they're drinking their teas and putting this stuff in their bodies. And so health and herbs are everything to us and to this existence. And so I'm so proud to partner up with the doctor. Again, there's going to be more videos about more information that we got going on. Doctor, is there anything else that you want to tell the audience before?
Yes, I know challenges are going viral, right? But I wanted to, I guess, pose a personal challenge to you all, especially the decision makers in a household, be it mom or dad. If you're giving your child, or if you're taking yourself Advil, Tylenol, Motrin, get that bottle and look for a word that looks like it's spelled acetaminophen, because that's important. Acetaminophen actually is very damaging, very toxic to the liver. It elevates the liver enzymes, and it's actually being the number one reason for, outside of alcohol, so actually the number two, I stand corrected, reason for a lot of liver transplants. Wow. So I wanted to share that just on a personal challenge. Look in your medicine cabinets and see what you're really giving your family.
And that means a lot, because the caretaker of the family should be the herbalist of the family as well, right? Because food is your medicine. So the kitchen is actually the hospital. It's actually where you're caring for your family at. Is when you decide to cook food, or when you decide to eat, right? And so anybody who has that duty, that responsibility in the family, should all really be, low-key herbalists, right? So that you can make sure you know how to cook your foods, how to prepare your foods, so that they can continue to have a medicinal value in them. Because food is medicine, and medicine is food. And if they don't have the two, then it is a drug, right? So everybody out here listening who's a caretaker of their family, this is where it first starts, right? It starts with taking the responsibility back, depending on oneself more than the grocery stores, more than the allopathic community or the hospitals, and really putting health and putting wealth and putting all of these really important things to your experience back into the hand of the beholder. And it first starts within the home, first starts with the parents. A lot of people say some of these diseases are hereditary, and I would like to say that a lot of the diets have been hereditary. And so if you're eating the same foods of your forefathers, and so you're gonna come down with some of the same diseases. So we just want to have that change mentality, that shift in how we look at ourselves, how we take care of ourselves, but most importantly, what we're actually putting into our bodies, right? This is a super unleaded vehicle. It don't need unleaded, right? So that means that you have to watch what you're putting into it. And everything has to be coveted. It has to be pure, to its purest form. It has to be live, all right? Because you're alive, so you want to have live food in your body, live probiotics, all this stuff. It needs to be alive. And the only way that you can really have your hands on this stuff is if you take it into your own hands. Grow your own food, produce your own medicines, produce your own foods, and therefore I think that we can be a more happier, healthier community. I love you guys. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And until next time, love Herman.
Bye.
Yo, 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 good people. Welcome to the HERBMAN Show.